Toyota presents FC Dallas Extra Time, an all-access pass to your favorite soccer club. Ahead in the next 30 minutes, hear Oscar Pareja's riveting story of growing up in Medellin, Colombia, and meeting one of the most famous criminals in history.
At that time, where the country was manipulated by these guys, we received that invitation also to go and play with him.
Plus, we're answering the question, just what is going on with FC Dallas on the road? Right now on FC Dallas Extra Time, presented by Toyota. Welcome to FC Dallas Extra Time, brought to you by Toyota. So glad you can join us tonight as we get you ready for tonight's match against Toronto FC. Goalkeeper Chris Seitz here to help us take you through the process. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure.
So here we are, FC Dallas going back on the road, a place that has not been too kind to you guys lately. Why is this team seemingly a different ball club away from Toyota Stadium than it is right here at home?
Well, I like to think that we're all right on the road. You know, we've won two of five, and in this league, you have to be a team that gets results on the road. And I think we're learning our identity on the road, and sometimes you have to have a little bit of different identity on the road than you do at home. And it's a work in progress, but at the same time, as long as we can learn from those games and try and take good bits from it and see what worked and didn't work, we can move on and really try it in the next one. And we get a good opportunity this weekend.
Certainly do. Against a good Toronto club. He'll be playing its first game at home in the 9th game of the season for them. But let's dive a little bit deeper into what we've seen recently on the road. FC Dallas with a 2-game losing stretch right now. In losses to Houston, Vancouver, and most recently to the New York Red Bulls last Friday night. You guys were outscored 12-0. That offense just doesn't seem to be able to be clicking when you guys are away. Is there something that teams are doing? Or again, not to labor a point too much, is there just something that happens when you get away from the very friendly confines of Toyota Stadium?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's offensively. It could be more defensively. I mean, a 0-0 draw on the road is always a good result. So for us, it's one of those things where we really do kind of defend by attacking at home a lot, by putting constant pressure on them up on the field and really putting people on the back foot. And when we go on the road, we're working on ways to do that, as well as kind of find a more possession-oriented game, which is never easy, but we're working on it. And listen, it's early, and we've only had, 5 games on the road so far this year, so we have a lot of time to figure out what we're doing. And you can see us kind of growing and learning, and not necessarily on the road, but overall. And we're still in a really good position, so we're doing all right.
Certainly, FC Dallas currently 3rd in the West, and like you say, it is a very long season. We'll be discussing this all the way into October. Chris has started 6 games in goal for FC Dallas this season, going 3-1-2, the club did, in those 6 that you started. Is it a challenge, not necessarily knowing week to week whether you will be starting in goal? Because while you have started 6, Jesse Gonzalez has started 4.
Yeah, no, it is difficult, you know, and Jess and I have a good relationship, and we talked really early about it because we've both been here for a couple of years and kind of know the situation that we're in. And we both know that as long as we compete and we'll keep it friendly in terms of our relationship off the field, but we both want to be there. And come Saturday, come Friday, whenever the game is, we want to be in goal. So for us, it's not easy, and it's something that we continue to battle for. And obviously, I'm hoping to get my opportunity again.
Going into the season, we looked at so many positions at which FC Dallas was deep. Isn't it crazy, though, with call-ups and injuries and whatever else happens during the course of a season, depth usually tends to work itself out, doesn't it?
It does. And listen, this team wasn't built just to compete in the regular season. This team's built to compete in Champions League and compete in Open Cup and really be a deep squad. And if you look around the league, I mean, our bench this past weekend was insane. The amount of talent that was on the bench, and even the guys that are left at home. You know, we got a lot of good rookies that have come in and really showed well. So we're a deep squad, and listen, we may have 11 one day, but there could be 3 or 4 guys on the bench that are getting the start next weekend. So we're well aware of it, and everyone's ready.
All right, Chris, good stuff. We are just getting started with you, and we are just getting started here on FC Dallas Extra Time. Still ahead, we are going to take a look back at FC Dallas's 2nd straight road loss. This past Friday in New York, Chris breaks down what really happened against the Red Bulls. And you've probably seen the Netflix series Narcos. Well, FC Dallas head coach Oscar Pareja lived it. You do not want to miss his story. Coming up on FC Dallas Extra Time, presented by Toyota.